William Samoei Arap Ruto is a very shrewd politician. And if President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are not careful, then the deputy president is going to humiliate them in August general election. Just when President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga thought that they had actually managed to corner and isolate the deputy president, he pulled the first one on them. He unleashed Mudavadi and Wetangula. That move by William Ruto to bring on board to his side Wetangula and Mudavadi disoriented President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga schemes. And then the president and Raila Odinga went back to the drawing board. And they decided that the best thing was to ensure that One Kenya Alliance movement was brought on board. So Gideon Moi was tasked with persuading Kalonzo Musyoka to join Azimio. That happened. But I want to ask you guys two questions. Where is Gideon Moi of late? The second question, what is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's real mission in the Azimio la Umoja movement as we speak now? Because in my view, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is clearly working for William Samoei Arap Ruto, either knowingly or unknowingly. But I strongly believe that William Ruto managed to penetrate or to infiltrate Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's camp. So his strategies are actually strategizing, but on behalf of the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. Let us just go back a bit and figure out who are Raila Odinga's potential running mate as we speak now. I want to mention 4 people. There is Peter Munya. There is Martha Karua. There is Peter Kenneth. And then there is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. That list of potential running mate, in my view, has been reduced to 4. And out of all these 4 potential running mates, who is the odd one out? Who is not campaigning for Raila Odinga? Only Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Which begs the question, what is his game plan? And the other question I keep on asking, Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula joined Ruto. And we can see them working tirelessly to make Ruto president. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka joined Azimio. His first mission when he joined Azimio, in my view, was to create disunity between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta and the 3 Ukambani governors. He found the 3 Ukambani governors in Azimio. As we speak today, those 3 Ukambani governors are not much excited about Azimio. In fact, the Makwiny governor, Professor Kivuva Kibwana, announced that he was going to de-escalate his activities in Azimio. So that was his first thing. The second thing he did was to put unnecessary demands. Some demands which could not be met. So in this video, I want to try and give you evidence which suggests that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is either working for William Ruto directly or indirectly. Before we do that, for those watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. To the subscribers, I want to thank you guys for your continued support. Let us get back to this Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka issue. On this channel, personally, I always believe that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has the potential of becoming the president of the Republic of Kenya. Because unlike Musalia Mudavadi, he's not prone to making political mistakes. But based on what I'm observing currently, I tend to think that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will either join William Ruto. If you want to join William Ruto, the only thing which will make him remain in Azimio is if he's made the running mate. And the other question is, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga entered into an agreement that Raila Odinga was going to be the presidential candidate, and then Jubilee as a political party was going to produce the running mate. Raila as the presidential candidate, Jubilee was to produce a running mate. Kalonzo Musyoka came late. What role or at what stage will he be important? But I tend to think that based on what I'm seeing happening in Kalonzo Musyoka, he's working for William Ruto. Let me just demonstrate. Number one is the zoning politics. You know, for President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga to govern successfully, assuming they win, they need the numbers in parliament. They need the numbers in Senate. And they also need majority of members of parliament. I mean, of governors and county assemblies. So these guys agreed to do what they are calling zoning. Take the case of Nairobi. Nairobi County, as we speak, Wiper has only one governor. They've contested twice. I mean, with Raila Odinga twice. They only managed Embakasi South. So Jubilee and Azimio decided that they are going to zone Nairobi. So they identified constituencies which were leaning towards ODM. Then they identified those constituencies which were leaning towards Jubilee. And then they also mapped out those constituencies they thought probably could fit Wiper. And that constituency is only one. So Wiper, as we speak, are sponsoring 8 candidates in Nairobi. Do you know why they're doing that? William Ruto is very smart and is sponsoring those candidates with a view of getting off the Kamba votes from Azimio, so that his team or his people can easily squeeze through. You go to Mombasa. Why is Sonko running in Mombasa? Why? That is his constitutional right. But why is he running in Nairobi and not in Machakos? Why? Sorry, why is Sonko running in Mombasa and not in Machakos? Because William Ruto figured out that Sonko could actually help chew into the ODM support base in Mombasa. And by doing that, the Wiper guy could actually sneak through. Unfortunately, Sonko is Sonko and is disrupting all camps. So I tend to think that zoning politics is a strategy which Kalonzo Musyoka is fighting for the sole purpose of aiding William Ruto and his camp win a few seats here and there. They did this in Lang'ata in the last election. That one I can assure you 100% because I was told by an insider. In the last election. Judy CJ was actually being sponsored from Karen in the last election. Let us look at the second thing, the boycott of the interview. Let me make this or put it on record. Personally, I don't advocate for this idea of interviewing potential running mate. It's a waste of time. The person who has the right to choose his running mate is Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga should just close his eyes and name the running mate he wants, just the same as Ruto. And even the idea, and I was against it, of Ruto being interviewed. Who can interview Ruto to be UDA presidential candidate? Who? It's a waste of time. If Raila Odinga wants Kalonzo, he can make Kalonzo running mate and it will end the story. But why is he boycotting the interview? In my view, he had other avenues and options of navigating this whole thing. Kalonzo Musyoka joined Azimio because of President Uhuru Kenyatta. He ought to have reached out to the president and figured out how they were going to deal with the whole issue. So I tend to think that boycott is also intended to incite his support base, so that if someone else was going to be named, the Kambani region will know that for them, they boycotted that interview. And I see the hand of William Ruto. If you followed that interview yesterday on, was it on Citizen, between Murkomen, the Makwiny senator, Mutula Kilonzo Jr., and there was this Azimio guy. Clearly, Murkomen and Mutula Kilonzo Jr. was speaking the same language, which is not a coincidence. Number three, the third thing is the withdrawal from Azimio campaigns. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka announced that Wiper Party has actually withdrawn from the Azimio campaigns. Why are they withdrawing? To campaign for what? Why should you withdraw from a campaign, yet you are telling your people that you want to be their running mate? If I were Kalonzo, I would campaign vigorously for Raila Odinga and then put that demand. Rather than withdrawing from the campaign, creating division, then you don't participate. I mean, then, it doesn't make sense. You can't demand things when you're not actively participating in them. So I think, and I'm convinced that the idea of withdrawing from Azimio campaigns also points to someone who is working for the DP. Because by Kalonzo Musyoka withdrawing from that campaign, there is always something we call perceptual value in politics. So the value which Kalonzo Musyoka was bringing, of course, he brought a lot of value, will now not be there. Then let us go at number 4, which is the Ukambani governors. Why do you think Kalonzo Musyoka frustrated the Ukambani governors immediately he joined Azimio? Why? Can someone tell me? He frustrated those governors so that by the time you'll be leaving ODM, you'll be leaving Azimio, which is likely to do, by the way, then Uhuru and Raila will not have people, because Ngilu, Kibwana, and Mutua will tell him that we advised you not to go for this guy, but we insisted. And lastly, why do you think he's taking Azimio in circles? He's putting this demand, if that demand is met. He's putting this demand when the demand is met. Why? Because someone somewhere is pulling those strings. I don't know your take. I don't know your thoughts, but that's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. And by the way, tomorrow, I'll be in Nairobi. So tomorrow is Friday. Saturday, I'll be a bit free. Tomorrow, I'll be a bit tight. So tukikuna kwa streets, please. I'll be in Nairobi. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.